This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
The saying goes that those who don't remember history are condemned to repeat it. The last few years have proven that it is far more than just a cliché. History encompasses every other subject that is taught and every lesson that is learned. The danger of avoiding knowledge is far greater than the effort required to learn. Those who avoid studying history, because it is boring or doesn't affect them today, are only setting themselves up for an avoidable failure tomorrow. History can enrich one's life far more than most entertainment that takes people away from it in contemporary society. An excellent example of how history can benefit one, could even possibly save one's career or life, is being played out on a world stage. The fallout from the current war in Iraq, both political and otherwise, could have been avoided. The deterioration of the situation there could have been predicted by anyone who has cracked open a history book. The fall of Saddam Hussein as the ruler of Iraq is eerily analogous to the situation that befell the Balkans following the death of communist dictator Marshal Tito. Like Iraq, Yugoslavia was a nation of warring factions that were held together primarily through the strong arm of a ruthless leader. The country disintegrated into a civil war that claimed millions of lives when Tito died. Iraq, to anyone paying attention, held the same promise. Had someone inside President Bush's White House merely did an internet search on Yugoslavian history, Bush's career, as well as the lives of thousands, might have been saved. History enriches one's life by giving a sense of place and heritage. Unless you know where you came from, you can't know where you are going. It is important to understand the structure of time that has led us to where we are. Too often, people make foolish statements while claiming to have great knowledge. It may be as meaningless as saying they know who originally sang a popular song when, in fact, they are referring to a later cover version, or it can be as vital as knowing the history of the Middle East so you no longer make the ridiculous claim that Islam is responsible for all the horrors and violence that are taking place today. Without knowing the history of the Crusades and the religious intolerance of the Christians, too many people today live under the delusion that the violence of Muslim terrorists is occurring in some kind of vacuum. Learning history helps to connect the dots to better understand the course of events that have brought us to this place. History is the subject that binds all else together. Studying music or science or engineering is fine, but one is missing vital elements if they don't fully appreciate where the knowledge that they have access to today came from. Without understanding the path that brought men to the state of knowledge at his access today, there is also the risk of repeating the mistakes that delayed the introduction of that knowledge. Everything is done in shifts, all knowledge is accomplished over time and through trial and error. If we avoid history, we tend to avoid learning about the errors and the trials. And by doing that, we increase the chances of wasting time with our trials made as to the result of unnecessary errors. History is the timeline of man's accomplishments. To avoid learning about it is to suggest that we have learned nothing of value at all. Did you like this The Importance of Studying History sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the free database of academic paper examples at ivypanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs, without even having to register.